Hello, this is Alex Massive coming to you with a review for Diablo IV Season 6. Now, they just released their much anticipated expansion, the Vessel of Hatred. I didn't buy it. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. So, I just wanted to talk about my experiences with this current season. I had maybe 12 hours, 15 hours to play over 3 or 4 days, kind of sitting around during a hurricane, not much to do. Um, okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and play the Vessel of Hatred gameplay trailer. I don't know, hopefully Blizzard is okay with that, guys. Ooh, cool. Cool cutscene. Okay, so I played like Diablo 1, Diablo 2, and then I really stopped. And then just recently, I had been, over the last probably 5 or 6 years, had only been playing one game, which was Path of Exile. I picked up this game when it came out about a year ago to give it a try. The graphics were really, really good. And when I, got the game, and got into the game and played it, the game loop was pretty cool, and the enemies felt really really good. The interaction between your character and all the monsters and fighting them just felt really good and tight. So I think there was problems with the game. It was almost unfinished. It was kind of in a beta state. Yet we all paid $70 for it. So I could not bring myself to throw down another what $40 or $50 to get another expansion. I feel like they've kind of fleshed out the game that they should have given us from the beginning for the $70 price tag, especially given the fact that these guys have been making Diablo games for years and years and decades now. So anyway, this season I just went into it, and like I said, I played a few hours, and it was fun. I think I made it to a level 100, which is not saying much, and uh, it was fun searching for the gear and the aspects, and the itemization changes that they put in were pretty good. Um, my main problem with it is that the more you play it, and I've played, maybe 3 or 4 seasons over the last year, just trying it out. Let's play that again. So, you know, I I feel like you can take different moves from different characters, and they're very, very similar in how you interact with the monsters. The beginning part of the entire game for pretty much all the classes, no matter what I do, is you hold down one button, which is your like mini attack that gives you power, and then you just spam the other button to unleash a powerful attack. And you're basically doing that, running into the pack of monsters and doing it the whole time, that same motion. And it feels good. But after doing it 3 or 4 seasons for a year, and now this was their big expansion, it just feels like the same interactions. It doesn't feel like they've added new skills. And as I try different characters, I'm like, oh, well, the rogue kind of feels like the sorceress, and the barbarian kind of feels like the druid. And now, I see this brand new character that came with the Vessel of Hatred, and it's the Spiritborn. Now, I didn't get a chance to play it, and it has, shiny graphics and the big, summonable monsters and the gorilla and the centipede. But if you look at the actual moves, they look like the same moves. Like, it has one where the guy shoots out a line of bullets or a line of swords or whatever. And that's exactly like what the sorceress does. That's exactly like what the rogue does. And then there's another skill where you shoot out a bunch of bullets or whatever, and then they come back to you. They return, which is an awesome concept. But that's isn't that what the necromancer pretty much does? So it just seems like they haven't been able to innovate or change the engine in a meaningful way over the last year. And now I'm worried because in this Vessel of Hatred, we'll start it one more time. There are mechanics put in here where you can hire mercenaries, and you can um, uh, go to this dark citadel or go to this new town, and you can do different things to trade for items or to target farm items. So one thing that I'm afraid of is that they're going to kind of make the game like those mobile games where it's just built to take forever and to be annoying unless you pay the money, get the new character, get the new mechanics, and just, blast through the game. To me, that's pay to win. Like, no, guys, I don't mind if you want make a new character, fine. And if you want to do some cool cinematics and expand the story, yeah, charge money for that. I'm all for it. That's great. But if you're changing the core game and you're splitting off the community by giving certain mechanics to, the people that pay more money, and those mechanics actually help you level quicker and find your items faster, I mean, isn't that pay to win? Just by its very, very nature, it's pay to win, and it's what all mobile games do. Why are you guys doing that when we already paid $70 for the game? So anyway, that's my gamer dad perspective on it. It's still fun, but I don't feel like it's changed in the actual combat. The combat still feels exactly the same as when it first started. You're doing the same combination of button presses to the same set of bosses. Now, it's not to say that it isn't fun, because I think they have perfected those gameplay loops, the two or three of them that I've experienced so far, between playing like 4 or 5 different characters, right? But you kind of get sick of them, and it's something where I see myself coming back less and less. It's really only if there's absolutely nothing to do. I'm stuck sitting here in the middle of a hurricane, and I have to just kind of make do with some extra time. So, again, not bad. Season 6 is as fun as, the earlier seasons. It was nice to go through the grind. The grind was not too much, which is good. But again, I got to the point where it's now you need to find your hardcore super items, and I'm like, okay, I see all these videos where, hey, you could go to Dark Citadel and you can go to Mercenaries and you can target farm this and you can get your super uber items really easy now. I said, okay, that's cool, but I'm not going to pay to win, so my season's done, right? So that's pretty much all I had. I hope Diablo does not continue to change the core mechanics of the gameplay loops and the progression system for people who pay more. Right? I'm totally fine with, a new skin of character, kind of doing the same move set, which is kind of what it looks like. And, and putting in some cool cinematics and storytelling and a new area to fight, but don't change the overall progression or the mechanics that everybody can do. Yeah, I didn't like that you put a raid or a multiplayer event, and then you basically split the whole community up. Okay, the people that paid get to go do this extra multiplayer, and everybody else, no, they're it's basically the same as what we had before. So, again, not bad. I'm not complaining. I kind of feel like now, after a year, we've gotten, maybe our $70 worth. Although I'm like, why not let us fight Diablo? The game's called Diablo. He's a big, nasty demon. This is the time you should be kind of reinventing the series, starting over. You should have done like a Tristram town, like a single town, single dungeon, and you go in and you kick Diablo's butt at the end. That's kind of what I wish we had. They kept the world, the concept simple, and just went for vibe and then gameplay mechanics. Right? I think that's all you would have needed. I don't think all this stuff, the world looks beautiful, the graphics are beautiful, and they always have the gameplay loops, but we didn't really need it, right? At its core, the gamers just want they want loops, but they want adaptability and they want configurability across the seasons. They want you to add new game modes that expand upon the engine, right? Not just kind of reskin the moves and make them a little bigger and change them a little bit and call it a new move, right? And that's kind of what it feels like they did. So anyway, just want to drop my 2 cents. We are going to be dropping a video for another really popular ARPG called Path of Exile. And, playing this season of Diablo definitely got me fired up for it, and I can't wait for that to drop. So, thank you to everyone for listening, and I hope everyone enjoys their season in Diablo, and I'm sure I'll make it back for at least a few more. Here's hoping that the game engine kind of gets fleshed out a little bit more with some brand new moves and interactions with the enemies, and some kind of new feeling gameplay loops. I think would be really awesome. So anyway, that's all I had. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, and remember, be massive.